Robots Radio presents...
Today's chat is brought to you by, well, all of your support. Through the patronage you provide the Focus Fire chat team through Podbean's crowdfunding, we are able to provide you with the weekly podcast as well as the website and other aspects of Focus Fire chat. If you have any interest in becoming a patron of the FFC, please be sure to visit our website and click on the support link. Even a single dollar helps, and for those of you who are already patrons, thank you again for your generosity.
You may have heard the whispers of guardians gathering in the shadows, exploring the mysteries of this world and the worlds which surround us. We are all in search of truth. Sometimes we need to focus that search. Focus that fire. And so we come together. Welcome to Focused Fire Chat.
Welcome to Focus Fire Chat, recorded live on November 13th, 2020, over on twitch.tv/FocusFireChat. As always, I want to give a big shout out to our live chat here with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us once again. This week's episodes are going to be focused around exploring Clovis Bray's journal. This particular episode will serve as what we have come to call the intro sessions of the week's exploration, and we are going to take a chance here to actually talk about the newly released expansion of Beyond Light. So this particular session is going to be really probably more focused around the new UI, the new changes from like our perspective. I know for me, I'm going to focus a lot on the changes with the lore aspect, how you can actually look through the lore in the game now. It's really nice. But before we go any further, however, let's run through a quick introduction of who all we have with us on the show. As always, this is your host, Blue Crew 86.
And this is Green, and it was Orchid's birthday 3 days ago, so chat who are here can wish her a happy birthday, and if you are listening to this, go wish her a happy birthday if you haven't yet.
Oh, thank you. Hi, this is Hey, it's Orchid. It was my birthday when Beyond Light came out.
Yes, she got the best birthday present.
That was my birthday present. Yeah. It was a pretty great birthday present, to be honest.
You know,
it's like, here's a new Destiny release on your birthday. Bam.
Have fun in PvP.
Let's talk about that snow physics.
We can talk about that.
Just real quick before we jump in, I want to give a quick reminder, hey, we have the lorenetwork.com up and running. Please be sure to give that a visit if you haven't already. I believe you can. If you're not already, you can subscribe there to see those weekly lore roundups, which take a number of different lore content creators and kind of pool all of that into one location for you. If there's anything that you would like to see or changes for that site, please let us know that way. And then also just a quick reminder, we would appreciate it if you have not already to give us a rating and a review over on iTunes. That helps us know what we're doing is either good, bad, okay, what we can do better, what we should not do as good on, I think. No, anyways. And then also, if you have extra time, do the same for the Destiny Lore audio file, which is Green's project, where basically she's taking all the lore books from within Destiny and translating them into audiobooks for you. So it's just straight lore. There's no analysis or opinions on it. It's literally content straight from the game. But
also, if you want to help with that, you can contact me on Twitter or in Discord. I actually have quite a few different community members who have volunteered their reading skills and voice acting skills and have put out some really good materials.
Yes, they have. But talking about actually in-game, if for those who are in live stream, I've pulled up the game for anyone who is listening to the audio recording. And if you want to see, we're going to probably just kind of walk through some of the stuff that we've seen with the new stuff and that what we like. If you have any interest in seeing that, you can check out the behind the scenes stream recap that will be uploaded on Friday to our YouTube channel for this. It's all of them are all over there in the same playlist. So if you ever want to watch the video to see what we're talking about when we make fun of each other, that's the best way to go there. But
yes,
Green Orchid, I don't know how we want to break open this particular one.
Let's start with overall feeling of the first day. We'll just say, how did the first day go off for you guys when it came to playing?
I'm tempering my response.
Me or Jay?
Yeah, I'm going to be tempering my response. My response, I play on Xbox, so I got it down.
Ooh, you guys had way worse issues than
I play on
anybody
PC,
else, I think. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah. Lose problems.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, probably. Well, I had a double issue. Well, not a double issue. Not only do I play on Xbox, I also had gotten the new Xbox Series X, so I was setting that up while trying to get on Destiny, and it was kind of I basically ultimately threw my hands up with getting on Destiny and just focused on setting up the new Xbox, because I think I managed to play for 10 minutes, and the entire time it was just a solid bar of connecting Destiny, and I just got tired of having my gameplay interrupted by getting kicked to orbit by different reasons. And it's not like, I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, look, there's a reason I don't take days off when it comes to the first day, just simply because that's going to be your experience, because it's everyone and their dog is online trying to get into the game. It's just it's a natural DDoSing basically of the servers. Like they're just under so much strain. I managed to get in, and I managed to get through like the menus and the UI to the point where I saw what I wanted to see. And I was really happy with what I saw. So, I mean, bittersweet, I guess, because I didn't get to play, but it wasn't anything unexpected, I guess. I don't know. Orchid, what about you?
So I saw in chat Trigger said that he downloaded it overnight. I downloaded mine overnight as well because Steam allowed you to download it just as it started. So I downloaded it as soon as I could, and then I had to work. So I went to work and came back. I only worked 6 hours because I was like, gotta go home and play Destiny. I didn't have any problems getting on. I didn't have the problems people had earlier in the day, thankfully. And I tried to kind of keep spoilers away because a lot of people were very into wanting to
I put spoiler tags for just that reason. I try so very hard to stay respectful of those. Like, I want to talk about it, but I try to be like, hey, I'm gonna put the hashtag there, so if you don't want spoilers, you better mute it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Kind of thing. I tried. It wasn't like, and my spoilers were never like exact telling you what was going on. It was always just, I'm excited about this.
No, it was I don't know. I mean, I waited for I was running through the story with one of my Australian friends because I waited for him to get home from work before we ran through it. So I did other stuff, and so I didn't even though I came home, like I played Halo and kind of just like rested, and I was still sick. Like, I'm still not feeling well.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I like the story. The story's great. It's super immersive, and the characterization of Varix and it's kind of everything I wanted
sorry.
it to be. Shut up. I'm chattering.
So I was looking. We were talking before recording about turning on and off settings, and I just happened to look at the subtitle menu. And they have freaking embedded the whether we want it or not line as the subtitle example. Exactly. That's what I was laughing at. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
carry on
chattering. I don't know. I like it. The one thing I really don't like about Europa, I love Europa. Europa's great. It wants to try to eat my processor and a lot of people's processors that I've tried to. But that's par for the course when you download a new game.
Wait, like why is it trying to eat the processors?
There's some NVIDIA problems that there's some settings you have to fix because Bungie doesn't update. So when you try to stream it, it like eats all of your processing power.
I did not know about that.
So heads up if you try to stream it on your PC and you have an NVIDIA.
Well, okay. I have a separate PC or a separate streaming PC from my gaming PC now, so I think I should be okay.
Yeah, you should be okay, but I don't. I have a single PC setup, so I have to change stuff for mine. But yeah, it's good. I don't know. I just don't like having to ride my Sparrow like 9,000 miles to be able to get to a place. Because they're like, oh, go to the top of the map. I think they
adapted from Dreaming City, because the Dreaming City also does that, but it feels worse here. And part of me is like, I bet they did it because they want the weather experience more, because riding your Sparrow through the blizzards is slightly terrifying, and I have jettisoned myself off multiple cliffs.
I straight up killed myself
already.
This afternoon because I just like rode up like off a cliff because I couldn't see where I was going. I just exploded into fire, and I was like, oh well, I think I died. I couldn't see where I was going, and I died.
What do you think about the snow physics, like walking through snow?
I love it. And the first thing that me and apparently everyone did was make a snow
I did one earlier today, although it ended up looking more like, I don't know, it was not a traditional looking one. Let's just say
looks like
that.
A rocket ship.
Yeah, I don't know. But what about the blizzard? Have you tried fighting in the blizzard? And
I tried to. So the first time we were fighting the Elixni up towards the top of the map, there was a blizzard, and because I've just been using whatever weapons are given to me. This is my favorite part of a new expansion, being a hobo, because we were talking about being hobo guardians for a bit, is using whatever weapon is handed to me, which is the highest light level, which is, I think, the most fun.
It forces you to relearn some of those other types. Like, what is it? You get a sniper rifle?
It's whatever sniper is giving me. So I had a Vice. I love Vice snipers because the site is so large. You get like a really large field of view, but and the one I had was really snappy, so I was enjoying using it, but it was super blizzardy, and it was really hard to see where they were coming from, and I was having such a hard time, and so all of a sudden they're like in your face, and so I'm like doing these little yelps and like kind of
it almost has that scare feeling, like, you know, when you first started the game and you go into the room with all the thrall back in D1, that jump scare feeling, you almost get that with the blizzard.
You do. How are you finding it? Have you been using a thermal scope at all now that we have the blizzards? Have you tried?
I completely forgot that was a perk.
Yeah, we have them on some guns.
I haven't, but it makes sense that a lot of people would start using that if they're spending a lot of time in the PvP area. Especially, what is the name of that section? The the Eventide Ruins, where the old living quarters are.
Yeah, that's
I think
where I was.
That would be. Yeah, I would use it there for sure, because some of the other areas are just so spaced out that you don't necessarily need to know. Like, you could run through things and never see anybody, but in the Eventide, you're surrounded half the time by various bosses. The brig showing up in the middle of the blizzard is terrifying, because you just see this orange center, and it just starts tracking you and chasing you, and fire, and it's angry. So Blue, Orchid and I have taken over because we've played the game.
Yeah.
I've played the game.
You want to talk about the UI a bit?
Yeah, not playing
I've played the game. I just got to have all the fun with all the glitches that I normally get to play with, like getting frozen by a grenade that is thrown from across the map. That was a fun one. That was, oh god, I hate that boss so much.
You know what? You want to know one of my favorite stasis utility things you can do?
Turning it off.
I love the Warlock stasis jump with the wall, the grenade wall. You can launch yourself into the air. It's so nice. So much aerial control. I can get to the top of the map with that jump. He's fun.
Like, you asked me about PvP. I think I'm ready to talk about it now.
Yeah.
And not cry.
And not cry.
Where are my PvP people in chat, guys? I need the support, the emotional support here. So, I've just been doing comp because I'm not a huge quick play person. Like, I am. If I'm just going to play with some friends, I'll do quick play, but I threw myself straight into comp because of course I did. And the second match I did because I hadn't finished the story because I wanted to play with my friends and he needed a nap, so I waited. And it was me and 2 others. Obviously, we were on Midtown, which is a large map for comp. So had our snipers out because we're working on our Adored, which is beloved but cold because it needed a scarf. It's chilly beloved. And the other team decided to all run stasis because they ran through the story as fast as possible. And snap freeze us in our spawns and then snipe us point blank in the face. And then spawn snap freeze us and then point blank snipe us in the face. And then rinse and repeat for the entire match.
My God.
And my teammates after 1 round quit. And so it was just me being frozen and sniped in the face.
That does not sound fun.
For every round. So that is what you can expect in
like I said.
Crucible. So have fun, guys.
Nope.
Have a good time.
The thing
all you have to do
I
is
can
be
just go
faster
play SWAT.
than the other
I
team.
just have gotten to the point
So if you're good at sniping,
I
kill them
promised
first.
people that I would main Warlock this season, right? Like that is, and I'm sticking to it. Like I am putting the majority of my time into Warlock, but I do not feel comfortable going into PvP with it. I have gone in once. I would rather go in with my Hunter, but I am sticking to my guns. I'll just eventually dip my toe back in.
I mean, my first match I had a 21.0. If I hadn't died, I would have had a Wii ran and undefeated.
Oh, man.
And I got a Ghost in the Night.
Nice.
And it was a disgusting match. And I was way too overpowered for their team, and I feel really bad, actually. Yeah, so he just, raffle stomped them into the ground. And I don't like matches like that. And it's just because the game is I don't know where you are right now, so we're just going to match you with anybody we can. And it's the beginning of the season's always like that until the game figures out where you are. And so you're either going to get just absolutely just wrecked, or you're just going to just wreck the other team.
Oh, yeah.
It's one or the other until it kind of balances you out. But
I can see that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you either have really good matches or you have really bad matches. And it's not everyone is using stasis. It does really break PvP, and I can see why they're not going to use it in trials.
That would be
or
a
why
not
trials
fun
has
time
been
for
delayed
many
because-
people. Not even
That would
the
be a bad time.
sweaties would
No.
like that, I don't think.
A bunch of my Reef Cub friends are all we don't even want to. They're all tempted to just take it off their websites, take it. They don't want to. So they're we're not going to deal with this right now because they don't know what to do. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited about Bungie came out with if you have a free account, you have to have a cell phone number that
I
to
saw that.
verify your account with.
Super happy.
That is
So,
great.
Going
I'm
through
super happy
and
about
looking
that.
through
Super
the
happy.
UI, because somebody
Yes.
asked if I had the, what is that, Claws of Ahamkara. I
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
for one, because I
if
have
you-
very few Warlock exotics, but it's interesting how they didn't change any of the UI for the collections pages, but they changed it for most everything else.
Yeah, I was interested in that too.
I'm shooting
I was
things
gonna say,
that are
please don't
shooting
show us
me
that you're shooting things right
because
now.
you guys were talking about stuff, so I
Yeah,
jumped
Infinite
into
Supers, you
the
piece of
snow.
brains. Yeah, Claws with Ahamkara and get your Punchy Punch to 100 and Monte Carlo.
Oh,
is-
let's
I
Auto
got a
rifles seem to be
15.0 in
still
that
pretty
match.
high
It's
up
really
as far
gross.
as the TTK.
I've been using my favorite auto rifle, which is Hard Light.
Oh no.
Pinball gun.
Because
You're one of
it
those.
triggers everyone else on the other team, and then everyone
Yeah.
starts using it. And then
Me
it's a laser
too.
light show, and it's
God,
great.
I hate that gun. I
I
hate
use
that
that
gun
in
so
Revoker,
much.
and everyone hates it.
The Revoker I can understand, but Hard Light.
Yeah, Revoker means nothing now. Everyone can just go buy it. So
Well, I mean, it wasn't like
it wasn't hard
Okay.
to get, but everyone could just.
it wasn't hard to
everyone
get.
can just go buy
I got
it
that
now,
one.
So. Guys, just go buy it.
You wanted me
It's a
to
pretty
pull
great
up
gun.
collections, so I got collections
Infinite
pulled
ammo.
up.
Well, I was just looking through. They haven't changed the UI there, but they changed the UI with the
Triumphs.
page so
So
drastically.
much nicer.
Yeah, I
love
love the UI for. Oh, I love everything. The lore page is so nice. The one complaint I do have about the lore page is having to, whenever you unlock a page of the lore, you have to click on it or it's going to blink at you until
That's
you
just
do.
like everything else.
And I hate that.
Everything else. It's just like everything.
It's like, hey,
The
you
one thing-
unlocked all of these shaders. You better like mouse over it or it's going to blink at you.
This is the one thing I was talking about beforehand. So like on every other page in the UI, first off, the UI, like what you were saying with the lore stuff, I love how they've laid it out, because you see the cover, you actually get to see the cover, like it's very much more prominent of the cover art, which I have always loved. The way that you read them is really pretty straightforward. My one complaint, and this is maybe just because I haven't had time to do it, is when you have more than one page of pages, there's no way to like trigger, like move over. You have to actually hover over the arrow to go to the next set of pages. Whereas like on
you can do the D-pad right side.
Yeah, but that's
right
one by
left.
one. But if you have like 10 pages and if you start off it, you have to go all the way. Whereas like on the other page, it's like I said, minor thing. But like it is like with the other triumphs and stuff like that, if you go into it, you can do the right like trigger and stuff, and that will often like knock you over the pages. That's the only piece about the lore thing that I don't really that annoys me, I guess would be the word for it. But other than that, I love how they have the cover art actually is much more prominent, because some of the cover art is just gorgeous on these things. And the way that they have like the new books where you can't see the pages, but you know like there's pages that you're missing or something like that. I like how they do that. I like how they've had this layout designed. I'm really a big fan of it.
Have we always had this solid speed of scrolling for when you're looking through a page? Like if you're scrolling down the page as you're reading it, for some reason I had it in my head that no matter how, like you could make it go super fast and go all the way to the bottom.
I honestly don't know, because I don't read stuff in game. I read it all on Ishtar because it's easier for me to collate the pages. I honestly don't know. I mean, I know obviously from my exposure to it right now, yes, it's always been this way, Green. Because this is literally the first time that I think I've actually opened it up, because it's so much easier to understand, to me at least.
Mm-hmm. Orchid, do you know if it's always had that kind of steady scroll?
I don't think it has, honestly. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I don't either. And it's such a small detail.
When it's a good UI, you shouldn't remember.
They've had so many like little detail things that they've done that I don't think they've gotten a whole lot of praise about, like the lighting changes. The lighting, the UI is so good. It's so pretty right now. So good. Guardian changes. The Guardian looks like, I don't feel like I've heard anybody say that their Guardian looks like trash now.
I haven't looked at him. I look like a hobo.
That's your
This
own
is true.
fault.
But like hair.
Oh, hair.
Like
you like it that way.
Like they changed a lot of the hairstyles. They changed the way that light interacted with the hair. It seems like it's got a more depth to it. Something else I noticed is that you can really sense where the light is coming from a lot more now, because not everything is nearly as bright as it was. And I know that may be a tonal shift overall, just because of us working with the darkness. They're kind of using a darker palette, but it's really nice to have this amount of saturation. Like I feel like I'm seeing things without the blindness of anything, like just the front page. The title screen being darker is nice. The UI being darker is nice. There's nothing white anymore, except for the stupid Guardian Olympics trophy is white. Everything else is not white.
Don't let her fool you. She loves that trophy.
I hate that trophy because that is one of the best places to take photos of the Traveler, and it's always in the photo, and I hate it.
Green might have
wish
strong
there was
opinions
just,
about
like,
this.
You know, I wish when the Traveler healed itself, it just sucked the trophy into the Traveler.
We should talk about
feel like
that
this is
event,
part of
because
me
that
now.
happened this week, too.
It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened Monday.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah.
I watched it on my phone because I was at work.
Oh, no. Neither of you got to
No,
do
it was like in the
run?
middle of the
No,
freaking
I had
day.
to watch it. I watched Blessius. I watched his stream. His stream was fun. I tried to watch Maddie, Mylan Games do it. So I was kind of bouncing between the two because everyone had so many problems actually getting into the tower to do it.
That's true. There was a lot of server issues.
So Blessius was in for a while, and then he kept getting kicked out. And so I went to Maddie's stream, and then he actually eventually got in, and so I just stayed on his stream, which I usually hang out on
I
his stream anyway.
enjoyed it a lot.
But
Like I turned off my HUD.
The whole area.
There was a
is
section.
really
I don't know if you
cool.
saw this in Maddie's stream or not, but you can go to the ramen shop and you could interact with it, which was kind of cool. Yeah, you could actually.
That's how you
interact
got rid
with
of the
ramen
coupon.
Shop. Was that how
No,
you
I
got
don't
rid of the
know.
coupon?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they just got rid of it.
That they deleted.
I have a video of Dwyer with the chef emote making food for Cole, who's standing
That's
outside just
amazing.
looking really. It'd be such a good area to do just any machinima that you wanted to, or role play. Like there's some really cool shops there that you could go and see. I enjoyed that part especially, and just kind of climbing through and seeing the city, the place that we have been working to protect so long,
Right.
and finally being able to walk through it.
Right. I know a
makes me
lot of people
sad.
were saying that they were, and then like that awesome Easter egg that they had,
Which one?
the music box.
Oh yeah, having that one. I mean, it played a few different things.
Played Green's
Are you-
favorite song ever.
I hate you both.
It's your favorite song, Green.
No, it's really not. I'm a Beatles fan, but no.
I love how we sent that to her, and both of us were like, Green! Look!
I swear, half the time, half of our chat is just them sending for me to get mad at them for.
It's
Blue and
accurate.
I are just natural.
Yeah, you're both ornery. You're both
We're
real
really good at
ornery.
posting that.
There was one thing that was really interesting is when you were sitting out waiting for whatever to happen, the Traveler to heal itself. There was a energy that kept being pulsed, not only from the Traveler, but like everybody kind of gave off an energy, and some people would turn brighter and brighter and brighter as a Guardian, which was really kind of cool because I had white hair for a little while as a Guardian, which it's green normally in the game, but some characters for some reason it didn't trigger, so you had this weird mix of really bright Guardians watching and these not so bright Guardians, which sounds like they're dumb, but that's not what I'm meaning. They're just not glowy. No glow sticks for them. They're not ravers, but
They had
it
gotten
was
their
interesting
stasis
to
powers
see.
early.
And maybe they were just bad eggs and we're pointing them out now.
These are the ones you got to look out for.
Oh, one UI problem that is the biggest one that I want to be like, Bungie, come on, guys. This is the biggest
Shaders.
issue I've had with the game so far. My one transmat that I care about, which is my gingerbread house that goes
I
ding
saw this
whenever I
tantrum.
come in. Ding. It's the one thing that gives me joy because ding. When I come in, it's flat now and doesn't do the little gingerbread house. It just goes ding, and then it's just like flat pancake, sad, ding, splat, ding, splat. And so now when I come in anywhere, it's like ding, and I'm like, oh, why? Why are you like this?
Why
And
are you like
the
this?
dawning is coming. The dawning is coming up, and you look sad.
You look sad. Can't
Gotta
fix
fix the gingerbread before the darkness has flattened. Darkness doesn't like gingers. Oh God, Black Flag.
Oh no.
That's not the same.
No ginger hate.
This is
I feel like
gingerbread,
they've
not
made
gingers.
some pretty decent moves towards allowing you to look and have your Guardian exactly the way you want it now. Like the ghost change, where you can actually put whatever mods you want on your ghost.
Thank
The
the
fact-
maker.
The fact that every sparrow has fast summon now, that makes me happy. Because that was the reason I picked certain ghosts, is because I wanted fast summon.
Well, and they called that out. That was because that was not an uncommon thing. That was, I think, everyone pretty much who was wanting, who like found that that feature. That's what everyone was doing. And it was, I mean, it was just sad because you were missing out on some really cool ghost shells because they didn't even roll with that particular whatever perk, I think is what it's technically called.
Speed demon?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have either of you used transmog yet? Is that
not
I haven't
coming out
even
until
looked
next
at it
season,
yet
apparently,
since I'm
from what I've
hoboing.
heard. That's
Okay.
not
That's what I
in the
say,
game yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, we gotta wait.
Okay. Well, that I don't feel like I've missed out on something.
So you have not missed
yet.
out on it because it is not in the game.
What about your first feelings about going back to the Cosmodrome?
I have not gone yet. That's actually the step that I'm on right now, is to
What?
go see Sean Ha,
To do some
the
pawn jobs.
Too Fast, Too Furious guy.
Gotta go do. He's cute. I don't know what you're
He looks
talking
like
about. He is a
Astacross.
cutie patootie. I
He looks
heard
exactly
who was
like
it? Somebody
Astacross,
said
like-
Tatum Channing is the other one. I heard people call
Like,
him.
It's amazing. Like you put their two pictures next to each other, and you're like, yeah, that's Astacross. He
I
looks
don't
like
know what he
Shahan.
looks like because I haven't.
You've seen him now.
I believe you.
Literally him.
Well played, Orchid. Well played.
Oh my gosh. The first thing I did when we got into the Cosmodrome was turn around and run back to where we first spawn in D1.
First thing
all
I
the
did
way
was go to
outside
the
of the
loot cave.
breach. Yes!
Oh my
they
gosh,
still
I
have
loved seeing the confusion on the Easter egg. Like, there were so many tweets to Bife. Bife, do you know what this is about? And everyone, it was like, I'm like, it was just one of those things where it was like, you immediately knew the players from like the very, like from the early
New
days
light. Yeah.
and the players who came in at D2 or later. And it was just like, it's not even like snarky. It was just like a wholesome, like, oh, that's so cute.
That's when you sit down with your book and be like, let me tell you a story about D1 when Rahul...
When we had to go uphill both ways to
Yep.
get a green engram.
Yeah.
That's still one of my
Those
one of my
days.
favorite parts of that poster that they did with Raul for the first one of the first, I think it was the first dawnings, was him holding the legendary engram, but if you look really closely, it's the bottom corner's torn and it's a green engram. It's just wrapped in purple foil. I'm like, I love it. I remember when that first came out and everyone lost their minds over it because it's accurate. It was so accurate.
I
It is
remember when my
accurate.
first exotic dropped in D1, and it was legendary. And it was so bad.
It happened to all of us. Like
What was your first exotic?
Galahorn. was my
Nice.
first exotic.
Mine was Icebreaker.
You gotta be kidding me. You got Galahorn out the bat? I waited almost the entire of D1 before they just gave it to everyone. Like, I got my
On Galahorn
Galahorn
Day?
like a month before they just gave
Oh,
it to
okay.
everybody.
I was one strange coin short of when Xur sold it the first time. And that is why I became obsessed with making sure that I had at least like 300 strange coins at all times, because I missed it by one strange coin. And I was just like, nope, this is never happening again. Like,
Yeah. No, my first was Bad Juju. Yeah.
Bad
Jay, do you
Juju's
remember
great
your
gun,
first
though.
exotic?
Icebreaker. I
That's not a bad one
love
either.
that. Oh my gosh, I love that sniper.
My favorite.
I was
Icebreaker is my
slightly
favorite gun.
hoping that they were going to bring it back because of the ice theme.
Yeah, I was too.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, they did not. Or at least not that I've seen so far.
This is okay.
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
No. Speaking of the new exotics, Duality.
Oh, the shotgun.
I do not
Yeah.
understand that shotgun. Now,
Duality.
granted, I don't understand shotguns most times, so maybe I'm using it wrong. But
So it does a scatter shot if you do a hip fire, but it does a normal shotgun shot if you aim down sights.
It is.
That doesn't change my
great.
opinion about it. It's still a shotgun.
Yeah, it works good in the Crucible.
Okay.
It works really well for mobs too.
Okay. So it does scatter if it's hip fire? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll try to remember that.
You just have to
I'll try to remember
to
that when I'm
hipfire
panicking.
It's good if you have like a hipfire mod on it.
I think it's pretty good even without the hipfire mod. Like, it's a fairly steady... It's not a huge kick or anything like that. Not like Chaperone tends to be. Speaking of which, do we have any idea why Chaperone Quest is another thing? Like,
why does Shah Han have it?
Like, well, you still have to go to Amanda
Because
as
that
part
was
of
an
the
Amanda
trigger for it,
quest.
too, I think. Like,
Well,
you
you
have
should.
to talk to her as well, but...
Because she's the one who designs it.
Right.
It was her family's design.
Her mother's.
Yeah.
It was her mother's.
It was designed based off of her mother's.
Or the original one was. We get a like a memento version of it. Yeah, Tex Mechanica. Those dirty vendors.
So we kind of talked a little bit about the new kiosk around, specifically the
I know Orchid has some really good experience with it. Orchid, do you want to talk about the kiosk?
I think the thing that drives me crazy is that it not only is a kiosk that allows you to buy weapons that you could not earn or did not care to earn.
Yeah, right there. Right there with you.
It's priced at things like for like how much time you're supposed to give, which is kind of, you're never going to put a price down that is going to mean as much as the amount of time any Guardian spent trying to get it. Like Mountaintop or Not Forgotten. Like, putting a price down is going to limit it, right? Like, it's still.
I'm still not going to buy it because I don't care. So
sure, but like the thing that gets me is it is a giant golden.
Is it the iPhone
beacon?
Is it the iPhone model vending machine?
No, it's in between the two. Like vault terminals. It's in the middle vault terminal, blah, blah. And it's all gold. And it's obnoxious. I can't talk, and it's fine.
It's super obnoxious, and I mean, I'm assuming that all the things you're paying in order to buy the gun
the
that
funny
you couldn't
one?
earn yourself
The
because you're lazy.
Quest Archive terminal for
just
New
couldn't earn the
Light
gun yourself.
and like if you're wanting to replay any of the old campaigns, it's tucked away next to Postmaster, and you would have no idea it's there.
Oh, it is!
Unless
I just
you
went over
specifically like fall down there, or you have to go there because you're New Light. What? Yeah, you just don't see it. Like, you would not know it's there. It's real tucked away, real quiet.
I like the fact that they made it easy mode to get to
elevator?
Zavala's office.
Yes, the elevator.
My one complaint
That
is
cracks
that
me up.
elevator is always in the opposite location of where I need it to be every time I walked out into it. I was like, no, I need it. Because I came out when I was on the bottom, I came out and I was like, why are you up there? When I came to the top, I was like, why are you down there?
I do think that's pretty funny because that's just because every Guardian kept trying to jump down there and kept missing. And so there were multiple death pings there.
Well, and also there is a call out in one of the new entries of the technicians having finished the elevator shaft. Like,
Probably
they've been
not.
working on
they
that for a
don't know
while.
what PPE is in the future.
I wonder if they had
They don't
goggles.
have
Probably
OSHA.
not. They don't. They don't believe in.
No, especially since they're in like,
they don't
Peru.
believe in
They don't
OSHA
have
controls.
Nope, not at all.
And we're gonna get in trouble for that comment.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Speaking of Zavala's
I love his
office,
TV.
I like how they put actual workspace in Zavala's
I'm sad
office.
they took the mixtape away.
Oh,
Where's-
did they remove the
Wait,
mixtape?
okay, I got two different.
They took away the mixtape.
Yeah, mixtape
And
is gone.
didn't-
But they did put a kitty in there.
They did. They put his pet cat in there. But did they take away the knitting corner?
No,
Okay.
knitting
He's
corner's
gotta
still
have
there.
space for his grandma.
You mean himself?
Yeah.
The cat's cradle
Yeah.
is also
Oh,
there
no.
still.
I just
think
thought
that's
I
what-
always
that's what-
called it just
that's what it's
office
called.
desk thing.
Newton's
That's
cradle.
what I-
Newton's cradle, not cat's cradle. Yeah. But pretty much everything else is the same. There's nothing the speaker's face mask is in there, and I don't remember what this technique is called, but whenever you have like a ceramic that's busted, but you want it to put it back together, and you use gold to weld it together.
It's a Japanese process, yeah.
They did that with the mask.
Oh, they did? That's really awesome.
Pretty and a good idea.
Yeah, it's a beautiful practice, actually.
Yeah, they did that with the speaker's mask, which was
we also
cool.
actually have a lore entry that talks about that. Not for the speaker's mask, but for a Titan who puts her mask back together that way. Not with gold, but her ghost challenges her about it, and it's I really like that entry. It's for the new exotic that looks like it's all super glued together. That's actually explained in lore why that is. I thought that was a really cool little story snapshot about that Guardian.
Nice. Have you guys found any other secrets or things that you were excited about?
There's a little figurine that I found that I'm really happy.
Oh my gosh, that's a spoiler, though.
It is 100% a spoiler, but if you find it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I think it's adorable, and I want one.
Yeah.
I can't go talk to that person anymore without wanting to punch them.
The figurine is adorable, and I want one. Like, I saw it, because, like, I'm pretty immune to spoilers just simply because I don't pay attention to social media. So, like, I'm like, whatever. I know, like, I read the stuff. Green gives me grief about it, but I read it before I play. So I knew about that particular thing. I honestly wasn't looking for it. So that was why when I found it, I messaged you, Green. I was like, oh my God, it's adorable. Just because it was just it's just one of those little attention to details that Bungie is so good at. Like, they had the coffee mugs within Rasputin's bunker back in, what was that, Shadowkeep? Like, it's just like, and I mean, Zavala's office is, the knitting stuff is, another thing. I don't know. I love those little attention to detail pieces. But also, I've only played a little bit, so I haven't had a really big chance to find, quote unquote, lots of secrets.
It's really fun to kind of walk through the exoscience facility and see the different locations for procedures that would have been done and get a feel for it. And then the server room, that room is cool.
Oh my gosh, some of the areas,
it's massive.
Some of the main mission, I think it's the second Technocrat when you're doing like the jumping to get through there. Are we allowed to
this is coming out in 2 weeks? I think it's fine. So that's past our embargo in the Discord.
When you're jumping through there, I just kind of stopped because it's so massive. Like the areas, the amount of time they spent making Europa and making these areas that you're in, it feels so big and so encompassing, and
each lost sector feels
even the attention
important.
to detail for the graphics that they used and like the deliberateness of like why they have one that's an eyeball that's looking at time, and like if you have read the lore, you know what that means, and like it's all those little things that are just kind of spread throughout Europa and spread throughout the lost sectors and throughout the game.
It is fun to run around and see all the new things. I love little stuff like that. And see things that they have changed, like in the Cosmodrones version. Some of the things that have been changed obviously have to do with like the devil house devils, because you don't want any of the Siva crisis type stuff going on. But there's still a lot of moments that you're like, oh my gosh, I remember running through this area so many times. I remember killing where the walker is. Wait, the walker's gone. You can't find the walker anymore. The ship where you get your
They finally cleaned up the walker?
They finally cleaned up the walker.
Sad day.
They also cleaned up the ship that you scan in the first or second mission that doesn't work.
The Arcadian jump ship? Yeah.
The one, the first one that you, like, not the one that you fly out with, but the one you scan out in the open.
It's like the very first thing that you scan, or
now.
one of the very first things that you scan. And then you go down and you get to fight the Invincible Knights, which were one of the
Oh God, those guys are still there.
Nice.
They're still there.
That was still one of
Spawns are pretty much the same.
favorite farming locations for hive kills back in the very early days of D1, because they would always be there.
Mm-hmm. I dare you, when you go to the Cosmodrome, to go down there.
I probably will. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that night is
Gonna get your face
Yeah,
right.
it's that happens.
I went down
that
there
happens a
just
lot.
to see. It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. I died immediately.
It was awful.
I mean, it was.
Yeah. So
It
it's
was
just like
awful
it
in the
was
greatest
just like
way.
it used to
There were
be.
question
There were
marks.
question marks.
It's
Oh
like,
no.
no.
Yeah, that's right now. Like with Europa, when I run around and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, nope. I'm not gonna
die.
shoot you.
Bye.
I'm gonna run away now. Bye.
It's like go in with the battle cry and then run away with the I'm
Well,
sorry.
and the annoying thing is like, so like I was doing, I don't even remember what I was doing, but there was one that I was like, just basically I was just annoying it. And another group of players were actually doing damage. So I just kept plinking away at it because I was basically keeping his attention while they were doing damage. And freaker didn't give me any experience when they beat it. I was so annoyed. I was like, what?
So much work,
What is this nonsense? I did absolutely no work, but I wanted the experience. So I got the treasure chest for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Participation award.
My purple ribbon was a blue and some glimmer that I didn't need.
Hey, blues are important.
Blues
again,
are always
at
important.
least for the first
Always
week.
important. Yay! Just for the first week, though.
Yeah.
I recognize my limitations.
Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. You know, the things I want to talk about now are lore. I think we've kind of gone through
mess that jump up.
Was there any bad things that you guys were like you'd like to see them
besides
improve
the
on?
obvious Crucible?
Besides the first server? Well, besides those
Crucibles.
God,
I mean,
Crucible is awful.
Crucible's always a dumpster
Crucible
fire, but
it's not.
You're not going to win this argument. Just gonna preface that with this statement.
Crucible's not for everyone. I really enjoy it, but I also enjoy other PvP games. Like I play Escape from Tarkov, and I play Call of Duty, and I play those games. Like I enjoy PvP. It's a thing that I like to do.
One of those people.
I'm not particularly competitive about it, but I do like to play it. Because I like to play with a lot of my friends, so that's a thing I like to do. Like I play with Green sometimes, we play together.
Randall is back.
Yes, we do. Randall the Vandal's
that
back.
son of a.
Yeah,
I know.
I gotta go find him.
I do have one question. I don't know if you've seen anything about this Orchid in the tower. Have you seen the blue beacons in the location?
I have looking at them right now.
I have no idea what those are for.
I don't either, and it's bothering me because it's on the same places. At least two of them, three
Lava
of them are where you go fast.
But I just activated and completed Lava Challenge, and it doesn't change anything. Like they're back now, so I'm super confused.
I don't know where it is. Well, what it is then? It could just be errors from
no idea
the event. It's weird seeing the Traveler not being busted.
It also feels further away.
It is moving away. God, who was it? Was it OB Kitty Cat?
Yes, she did. The side by side of the before and where it's at now.
Yeah. Where it's moving further and further away. See, I honestly thought the event was going to be the Traveler leaving us. I was super ready for that.
I'm just kind of glad it didn't, though.
I'm glad it didn't, but at the same time, like I
want to say the
I'm like, okay, we need dark powers. Like I'm ready for it.
That Bungie has pulled, besides like the mission debate I mentioned on Twitter the other day. Mm-hmm. In the trailer, you see the ghost fall frozen, as if that scared the snot out of me. I'm like, you better not take my ghost, Bungie. I'm going to be real upset, especially if you're going to do all these
snarky
changes.
Enough.
Oh,
I was ready for them to take the ghost because, my God.
Yeah,
he's
he is kind of annoying me now. I will always be there with you.
I'm with you through thick and thin. Meh. I'm your ghost. Meh. Look at me.
I get
I'm a
it.
little bee. Meh.
But man,
I just don't like our ghost. Like I seriously, like if I could like mute our ghost, I would. I think I just have a vendetta against ghosts, guys. I don't like pulled pork, who's not named pulled pork. If you've like read that.
Glint.
Yeah, Glint is a way better name.
Which,
than
to be
pulled
fair,
pork.
that is the name that.
Yeah.
Fair. It's also we don't know
Oh,
if
no.
that's just the name that
Mashi,
Aldrin
hi.
has given him.
Yeah.
But
But I Blue.
yes, you get to wrap up
Yes.
the waxing of
We can.
the nice
Mm-hmm.
new toys that we've gotten for Christmas.
We can. If you like.
Okay. So shoutouts.
Shoutouts to the devs who did a large
yeah.
chunk of this
Yep.
from home, and for being able to pull something like this off. Like, this is the largest release
Something like that.
since what? Taken King?
Forsaken was pretty big, though.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah,
they,
Forsaken was too.
the new model that they're going with is that's the other thing is like Beyond Light is a large expansion, but the season is like Season of the Hunt. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around what this actually is called, because like the seasons are gonna be all taking place within Beyond Light for the next year.
Right.
So like it's hard for me to say that, you know, this is a single expansion, because I think it actually comprised of like 4 different mini sprints, or not sprints, but like the UI piece alone, I think they have not. I don't think they've updated the UI like this significantly since probably Taken King.
Start of
Yeah,
D2.
I guess
Yeah.
technically, yeah. Yeah, and Veru
Yeah.
is right, you know, and they are an independent studio now.
Yeah.
Like, technically speaking, they are their own independent studio, so that is another thing to keep in mind on this whole thing, too.
If we're just
What about you, Orchid? Do you have any
shout out to,
shout-outs?
like, the narrative designers. It's so good. Like,
Right?
kudos to you guys. I really enjoyed the story. Yeah. I mean, like, I have problems with like the gameplay. I think it's really broken. I have a lot of gripes about it, but the story is really good and it's super immersive, and like the lore that's been released, the lore that was released today, it's so cute. Okay.
Oh, it's
Saint
so
14
cute.
and Osiris
Uh-huh.
are my
It is really
favorites,
cute.
and I love them forever.
I will send you
love it
candy
so
corn,
much.
and
The
Sagira
relationship
will
is so
make
good
you
and
eat
pure,
it.
and I love
Please
them,
don't.
And
Please don't.
oh my god, no, but seriously, narrative design team, like all of you guys, it's so good, and you guys work so hard. So
Yeah.
like you write
There's
really
also
good
really
stories.
good moments. Like, this overarching stories are great,
Oh, yeah.
but the moments too, like there's some really high moments,
Absolutely.
like really, really peaks, and then there's some real low
Absolutely.
lows. Like you get some real gut wrenching moments.
There's
in
some
there.
darkness
It really is,
in this
though.
one.
I mean, yeah, if you want to just hit it on the
Oh,
head
yeah.
a little bit too hard, it's fine.
Ah.
Let's talk about
yeah,
exo experimentations. If you want to, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm
I
gonna
think
That is the next.
shout
That's
out
the next
the
one.
narrative
Well,
design
yeah,
team
it'll
for all
be
the
part
lore
of
that
it.
they released separately from the game, because oof, guys, this is a T for teen game. What you guys released is not.
There was a reason
is
it was
not
released
T for teen.
separate from the game.
My God,
That is
give
M for
some
immature.
warning next time, because when I read that, no, bad, no. I didn't know I was going to be reading.
Oh, it's
Hustle.
so good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, not even the pigs, Trigger Blade. You're not even anywhere near
Oh.
where. I mean, that was
Yeah,
bad.
pigs made sense. The other
That
stuff
hurts me so bad.
is oof. And then that's not even the
yeah.
the hidden pages,
No.
because those also
Yeah,
oof.
big oof.
But- All right. As always, thank you for your time, and until next time, remember, with wisdom we conquer, stand strong, stand tall, and keep exploring. With that, we'll begin to wrap the chat up. Thank you again to those over on Twitch for coming to spend your evening with us. If you'd like to join us for the live streaming of the episodes, please be sure to give us a follow over on twitch.tv/FocusFireChat. Links to all our episode archives can be found at www.thelorenetwork.com. Please be sure to email us at focusfirechat@gmail.com with any comments and or questions for the team concerning the podcast, and let us know how we're doing by giving us some feedback and a rating over on iTunes as well. So until next time, focus your fire and may your light shine bright.
You've been listening to a Robots Radio podcast. Smart shows for interesting people. Check out all the shows at robotsradio.net.